Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Theory of a Startup. I'm going to put this like this so you can look up my nose, where I'm basically sharing with you guys the strategy or the journey, if you will, of how we're going to take a new e-commerce product to market. So essentially the product, what it is, it's an organic female refresher spray. So the tagline, lose your inhibitions, organic female pleasure spray for bigger orgasms. What it does is it uses organic lavender flower water with a mix of essential oils, and it acts as a way for women to freshen up. Pretty much most girls like to have a shower or bath before sex. Because we're very self-conscious creatures, mostly because we've never had conversations with our friends or our mothers growing up around what is normal down there, what's a normal smell, what's a normal taste. These are just not conversations any of us have really had, mostly because female equality in the bedroom is a fairly new concept in the grand scheme of humanity. And so these conversations need to start happening, but most of us never had them. So we're self-conscious about that kind of stuff. When in reality, our partners don't care. Our partners love the smell of our pheromones and all of this stuff. However, because we're self-conscious, we sometimes have inhibitions and we will restrict people from going down on us if we're unable to freshen up. And so therefore, we are restricting a full sexual experience. We are restricting our sexual encounters because of these inhibitions. So this is what the spray is about. It's also highly stimulating. So it feels like you're skiing butt naked downhill. It's pretty cool. Now, we've had a lot of it's been about 15 months since we've had the idea, started making it in our kitchen, hired a formulation chemist. We've got the formula, everything's passed all the testing, the preservative testing, all of the stuff. Manufacturer is ready to go. We've got the packaging. But about 2 months ago, we get a letter from our lawyers. So initially it was going to be called Bare, B-A-R-E. That potentially we were going to get in hot water with bare minerals, and that we just needed to be aware of that trademark implication. So because we hadn't pushed go on production yet, and we have to order a minimum of 10,000 units because we're making everything in New Zealand. So it's a lot of fucking sprays for our first batch. No pressure, right? So we thought, well, screw it. Like, if it's potentially hot territory, let's just change the name, because we're in a stage of the business where we can do that. We haven't pushed go yet. So we came up with a few different ideas of names. We really like Theory of Her. Theory of Her. Not everyone likes it, but I'm a big believer that you make the brand, right? I'm sure when he told his friends that he wanted to call his company Nike, his friends kind of looked at him and thought that was a stupid ass name. So that's kind of where we're going at that. Here's our game plan for marketing to take this to market, and here's the bottleneck that we're facing right now. So this is amazing, by the way. So we like the name Theory of Her. We have the domain. We're going to trademark. Someone owns the Instagram account. She has 100 followers. Please don't go and harass her. That's not the intention of this post. And I reached out to her, private message, and I offered her $1,000 for her handle. I shouldn't have mentioned money. Way to sound like a scammer, right? And explain to her she doesn't have to lose her Instagram. She just has to rename it, and then we can take the name. And I think she got super sketched out, as you would if someone just randomly reaches out to you and tries to offer you money, right? And so she ended up blocking me. My sister tried to reach out. She blocked my sister. Now we've got our operations director trying to reach out. We recorded a video to show her we're real. So now we're in this very interesting situation where we don't want to push go on production of 10,000 units unless we know we can get this bloody Instagram handle. So we're currently balancing this out right now and trying to figure out how we handle this situation. makes for a great story, if nothing else. So we don't know if we can use that name yet. And so the name is really what's stalling the entire production. We're hoping to be able to sell by January because bottles will take 6 weeks, and then manufacture, I don't know, it just takes a lot of time before you can actually get all your players together. It's one thing I realized about physical products. It's so different to services and information products. A lot of respect for those of you guys doing that out there. So the game plan right now is we want to order 500 bottles in our sample bottles, so there's no branding on it, and pre-sell for Christmas, because we have been building a community of, I think we have about 6,000 women in a private Facebook group now called The Pleasury, and we have really been like building this up, and they're so excited, they're so hungry for it. So we reckon we can actually sell discounted sample bottles for Christmas time, and at least get testimonials through, if nothing else, right? Use that as a way to like start building the momentum. So the game plan, I'm running out of time, but the game plan is that we are basically, so here's what we're going to do. We're getting our website and our blog done. We're going to do intense article writing and SEO. That's going to be huge for our marketing. We're not able to advertise through Facebook advertising, I don't think, or we cannot depend on it as a marketing channel purely because Facebook's labeling us as pornographic. So we do have to explore other ways, and that being affiliates or influencers, aka influencers. So what we're looking at right now is the next step is to put together a list of our 100 ideal bloggers, influencers, thought leaders, gurus in the space that we really, really want to be involved with, and then starting to build relationships with them. So that includes following them, buying their stuff, commenting on them, getting them to notice us. And then what we're going to do is reach out to them. So we'll probably send them a package and then follow up with a phone call, or just reach out directly through to them, but establishing those relationships. I'm not familiar with influencer marketing. I would say what I'm thinking right now, although I need to get some opinions here, is giving 30 to 40% affiliate cuts, because you're pretty much paying 30% anyways on your advertising. So if you're paying an affiliate, you might as well just give them that entire cut because you're not paying on ads. So 30 to 40% to get them to promote our products, and then setting up those kinds of influencer affiliate links and relationships. Also looking into Bumble ads. So Tinder and Bumble ads will be pretty good for us. YouTube advertising, and a display network. So those are kind of the avenues that we're going through right now. But as I mentioned, our name on Instagram is the big bottleneck. So I will keep you guys posted on how this all goes. I'm going to actually take this over to YouTube. I'll create a channel called Theory of a Startup. The reason I'm going to put this on YouTube, or if you're watching this already on YouTube, is that Instagram Stories is just not allowing me to upload stuff for whatever reason. So head on over to that YouTube Theory of a Startup, and you'll be able to follow through the next step, which will be putting that marketing plan in action. So I hope this is interesting for those of you guys that are looking to take a startup to market. I'll share more details on that outreach in the next few days and how we roll that out.